In this tutorial, I'm going to share with you the exact strategy I use to create mesmerizing drawings with ballpoint shading techniques. Right. My name is Ikomoga and I'm a creative pen artist. Before we continue, if you want to grow in your art or in pen drawings, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also like, comment and share, as this will encourage me to do more or create more videos for you guys. Right. Now, the first thing I would advise a beginner artist to do is to start your drawings with pencil, okay? Because you are still learning and there's possibility you make mistakes, so you can erase them. So what I'm using now is called mechanical pencil. I'm going to send in the link or in the description below. Next, define brush strokes. Okay, that's what I'm doing. The shading technique I'm going to be using is cross hashing. So cross hashing, you can see it in the video the way I'm doing it, and it's very simple. Use angular or vertical lines to create. You can use vertical or angular lines to create this. Please start with your darkest areas in your drawing. Okay, there's a principle I always apply in my drawing and it always helps. So all these areas I'm shaded now, those are my darkest areas. Now I use strong lines for the purpose of this study to illustrate this, how your shading could be rough and at the end you can now smooth it and blend it together. So and the reason I did it here is because the areas I'm shading here are my darkest areas, so there will be room for more layers. Okay, the more I add more strokes, the more it covers. I get asked this question many times. What shading techniques do you use in your drawings? Like in this area, I'm using hashing. So I've actually used almost all the shading techniques in my drawing applied, depending on the area I'm shading. One of the don'ts in pen drawing is do not apply much pressure to your biro, to your shading. Then the do's is be forgiving. Okay, most times it may not come out the way you want, but as you continue to shade, it will come out. Now at this point, take your time to detail it. Let's say the first shading we're making a sketch. You don't even know it's not a sketch. Now take your time to detail out those areas that are dark, from dark to light. Those are what will create contrast in your drawings. Another rule is don't blend too much, else it will lose your value. Your work will kind of look dull. So allow some strokes to appear there in your drawing. These are the darkest areas I'm shading in this drawing, so it's very important. So you got to observe, look at your reference, the reference you are using to do your drawing. Look at it, take close look, observe, and see those areas that are darkest and try to create them in your drawing. Another dose is, very importantly, clean your pen tip regularly. Okay, at some point try to clean your pen tip before you continue, or buy more biros. Don't you just use one biro to finish a drawing. You can change them and use the other one, not because you run out of ink, but because of you want to have different value in your drawing. When you are doing your drawing, look at the reflections, look at the shadow, look at the cast shadow, look at your shade, look at your highlights. These are the things that makes your work pop out. In this drawing, like the area I'm shading, and those are the reflected light. Okay, so you could see the reflected light. The light is coming from top, so it's going to reflect this down. It depends on the side the light is falling. So look, those are the little things you have to consider. We are going to add a shadow, a cast shadow in this drawing. Okay, so that is very important in your drawing. There's no way there will be light, reflected light, and there will be no cast shadow. If you do that, that is where you got it wrong. So to create that illusion that your object is sitting, okay, it's not hanging up there or in the air. So that is what will give that look. So I'm going to do that, and any drawing you are doing, try to see these things: your cast shadow, your highlights. If you are able to achieve this, your drawing will come out great. Try to change the way you hold your pen. That can add a great dimension. You could see in the video. Simply change the way you hold your pen, the direction. That is going to make your work look, unique and special. Now, using the doodle shading techniques, that is what I'm using now here. So it's almost like cross hatching. Yeah. That was why I said I use virtually almost all the shading techniques in my drawing, I think, except pointillism. Yeah. Covering spaces. Okay, when you are shading, always start with lighter stroke or gentle strokes. This will help you, this will guide you, so that if you make any mistake, by the time you go over it again, you correct that mistake. That means you are going to cover that area. Okay, so that's how we make corrections. We don't use, biro is unique, pen is unique. You cannot use eraser to erase whatever. So that is why you have to be very careful and of course you need patience. You have to take your time and shade your drawings. Now, many people like asking this question: how to make concealing smooth drawing. The way is to close up white spaces. When you create cross hatching or hatching, there are white spaces in between they come in shapes. Okay, try to cover those spaces. By the time you cover all those spaces, you discover that your shading, is already blending. So that is how we blend with biro. Cover up white spaces. And when you're drawing, make sure you regularly clean your pen tip, okay? Because the way big biro is designed, the more you use it, the ink floats, so you don't stain your work. So you can use tissue paper to clean your pen tip at interval. When you shade to some points, you clean and continue. So that will give you a professional look. You won't stain your work, and it will look so accurate that will wow you. What I'm doing now is a finishing touches. You can call it detailing. So and the detailing is taking observation. I said it earlier. Those are one of the do's you have to consider when you observe your drawings. If it's a bigger drawing, you can walk back and look it from an angle. Observe your drawing. See how your shade and your highlights and your mid to interact with each other to create a balance. So what I'm doing now, I'm covering all those white spaces I told you. That is what's making the drawing blending. Okay. If this video was helpful, please like, comment and share your thoughts. I want to see in the comment section.